Hi, my name is Austin Hamilton, and today I'm going to be showing a Node.js app called PayRewards running on Bluemix. IBM Bluemix is a platform as a service that allows developers to speed up the things that they don't want to do and just really focus on developing their app. So what PayRewards is it's a banking application that allows a user to do different banking actions such as managing their credit cards or making transactions or adding money back to their bank account that will allow them to earn further reward points that they can then spend in a marketplace that's integrated into the app. PayRewards primarily uses a service called gamification. Gamification is a Bluemix service that allows a developer to gamify his app or to basically create incentives for a user to tie their information into the app and use it to gain additional points that they can then spend in the marketplace. Going to the Bluemix catalog, there are different sections for many of the services that you can use to enhance or create an application. Boilerplates, runtimes, add-ons, and just other services. For us, gamification is specifically located under Web and Application. When I select the gamification service, I see a pop-up with information about the service as well as a link to their docs. The first thing that a user would do when they go to the PayRewards website is log in with their city account information. So I'll log in with a new ID, new demo guy. PayRewards will then use my city account to create a profile for me in the gamification service so that it can keep track of my thank you points, my experience, and my missions, all of which we'll go over in a second. When the user goes to the app dashboard, they will first see their basic account details. So I have two accounts, a savings and a checking account, but I have no credit cards linked to my app yet. There's a button for each of the three main actions that you can do in the gamification and PayRewards website: linking credit cards, making transactions, and adding funds to my bank account. Each action has a knob tied to it that will show my history or how much I've used this particular action. On the right side of the app is the marketplace. The marketplace is where I'll spend my thank you points that you'll see displayed in the bottom left of the screen. The last two things that I'd like to point out are the developer log and the gamification bar. The developer log keeps track of all of the API calls that we're making, whether they're to the city API or to the gamification API. This should make it easier to track how your app is interacting with various APIs, and through that it should be easier to extend. Lastly, the gamification bar keeps track of my thank you points, my leveling experience, and my mission progress, which you can see here. All of this is created through Gamification's API. If you wanted to design a different UI for the gamification service, you could. So, I can see that the first mission assigned to me by gamification is to link a credit card. I can select the Link a Credit Card button to add details for the first credit card that I'm going to link. I'll give it a basic name and number, so card 1, and then just any number, and I can hit Submit. When I hit Submit, I'll see the card show up in the table, and the mission in the gamification bar should disappear, and I should gain both thank you points and get a notification from gamification. Completing the mission for linking a credit card has given me 60 thank you points, as well as some experience, which has gotten me to level 2, and a new mission. So my new mission is to make 5 transactions. So I could go to make a transaction, I could enter in an email to a friend that I want to send money to, and then I could send him $10, and I could say I want to use this card. When I use that card, I'll see the transaction show up as well as get an alert up here, and I'll gain progress towards completing my mission. A mission is a predefined event that I, the developer, can set in advance to allow my users to complete. When they complete the objectives of the mission, I can call the gamification API and tell it that this user has completed his mission and deserves his rewards. When I linked my credit card to my account, I gained a specific number of thank you points, as well as some XP on my gamification ID. Once I have enough points, I'll be able to spend them in the marketplace. In addition to missions, I can gain points and experience through events. Events are repeatable objectives that can give or take away a certain amount of points and experience. Every time I log in, I might earn a thank you point and some experience. Also, every time I do any of the available actions, linking a card, making transactions, or adding funds to my bank account, then I will gain another set amount of experience and thank you points. You can imagine extending the app to grant points when you use your Citi credit card to make purchases, or when you buy goods from a company that has some kind of deal with Citi. Meanwhile, the developer log is aggregating all of the API calls that we've generated so far. The last action that we could do is add funds to our bank account. So let's say we want to add $20 to our savings account, which has $10,328 right now. When we hit submit, we'll see it go up to $10,348. We'll get a notification up here, which we can dismiss if we want. And once again, we'll see the API calls show up in the logs. Now that I have enough thank you points, I'd like to buy things from the marketplace. I can see that I have enough to buy some social business and a Bluemix subscription. I'll select purchase and then confirm that I would like to buy the items. Gamification dynamically creates an event to give me experience for purchasing the item, and then it will deduct the correct price from my thank you points. I can see that my number of thank you points has gone down by 75, which is the total cost of both of the items. I'll now take a minute to explain how the gamification dashboard works. I select the game plan that I want, the Citi Hackathon, and then I'll see the number of tabs that gamification has. Variables, achievements, events, missions, and players. Variables define the variables that I would like to work with in my app. Achievements are milestones, such as reaching a new level or making 10 purchases in Citi's marketplace. Events and missions, as I discussed earlier, are objectives to complete that yield specific rewards. Finally, players shows a table of all the users registered to the gamification service. Finally, go to the Get Source Code link below to find the DevOps Services project that contains all of the code for the PayRewards app. You can select Edit Code, and it will take you to a web IDE that will allow you to look at the source. You can select Fork on the top left, which will give you your own copy of the PayRewards app. Use this copy to extend PayRewards to include any functionality that you'd like to add. I encourage you to fork the app and see what it can do. This concludes the preview, and thanks for watching about PayRewards.